Hey folks, I wanted to bring to your attention something known as Black March that I actually just discovered today, and also being called Blackout March, same basic thing. And in essence, it is a boycott protest against things like SOPA and PIPA. But Toegoff, SOPA and PIPA are basically dead. Yes, but then there's ACTA, then there's PCI-PA. There's all of these other different ones that killing a couple of them isn't going to stop it. So, giving you an idea of what Black March is about from their website. With the continuing campaigns for internet censoring litigation such as SOPA and PIPA, and the closure of sites such as Mega Upload under allegations of piracy and conspiracy, the time has come to take a stand against music, film, and media companies' lobbyists. The only way to hit them where it truly hurts? Their profit margins. Do not buy a single record. Do not download a single song, legally or illegally. Do not go to see a single film in cinemas or download a copy. Do not buy a DVD in the stores. Do not buy a video game. Do not buy a single book or magazine. Wait the 4 weeks to buy them in April. See the film later, etc. Holding out for just 4 weeks will leave, it's a typo on their website, a gaping hole in the media and entertainment companies' profits for the first quarter. An economic hit which will in turn be observed by governments worldwide as stocks and shares will blip from a large enough loss of incomes. The action can give a statement of intent. We will not tolerate the media industry's lobbying for legislation which will censor the internet. What does this all basically mean? What it really comes down to, folks, is standing behind your integrity. Is saying that there are consequences for trying to pass through things like SOPA and PIPA. What a lot of people don't seem to take the next step on is that these industries and these corporations that you hate so much, they're gambling, and a lot of them are probably going to be right. Their gamble is that if we put in and we pass these legislations, our profits will grow because people will be forced to buy our product because they're a slave to our product. That's what it really comes down to, folks. If they can't get the product for free, they will be forced to buy it. Thus, we get more money. Everyone keeps talking about how it's, corporations are going to be seeing, all they want is money. They just care about the money of it. Because go to the next step, folks. They realize that you are a slave to them. You need them. And we're not talking food or necessities. We're not even talking something that's, almost a necessity like electricity or running water. We're talking video games, musics, DVDs, entertainment. Things that aren't, by any stretch of the word, necessity. So the idea, folks, is to show that I can give up any buying of any new games or even illegally downloading them for 1 month to stand behind a point of integrity. This is what a lot of people are going to have trouble with was, why can't I just pirate it? Then they'll see those big profit hits. No, because what you're trying to show in a boycott is that if you pass something like SOPA or PIPA or, I'm using them because they're the ones that everyone knows. But if you try and pass strict internet regulations and somehow it does get through and we don't have, some of the sites that we go to for pirating, I'm not going to buy your product. And this is full proof. Even though I can go out and pirate it, I'm not going to. That's a bold statement to make, folks. Well, how are they going to know if I pirate it or not? More than likely they won't. But you know what? You'll know. And that's what I'm talking about, integrity, folks. The reason a lot of boycotts fail is because people would rather have their wants than stand behind their principles and their integrity. The difficult part in this is that the crossfire of it. There are plenty of innocent companies out there, plenty of indie developers who would be hurt by something like this. But the idea is 1 month. An independent game company, may not be looking at monthly statements as much. What we're looking at is publicly traded companies as stock hits and profit margins. That's what we're looking to hit. Well, then why don't we just target those companies and we won't buy from them? Because it's a point of widespread that, you know, I guess if they're going to go after, these companies with this cluster bomb and a lot of innocents getting hurt for 1 month, is not going to be enough to tank a company, at least in my opinion. But 1 month is going to be certainly enough to show that we as an audience, as internet users, are mature. I know, that's shocking. We are a mature audience that we don't need your product. You need us. You need to be slaves to us and cater to what we want. How dare you try and continue to pass things through? As I said, the best way to fight piracy legislation is to prove that, is to not pirate. Let's take it a step further then. The best way to fight piracy legislation is not only to not pirate, but to give up something that we want for a month. I will certainly be participating in this, folks, and I really hope a lot of you will. And I'm not naive. I realize that all of my subscribers 5 times over all choose to do this. Is it going to make that much of a blip? Probably not. But I don't need that instant gratification. I know my own integrity, that I stood up for something that I believed in. And even if it didn't make a difference, I still tried it. There's too much apathy and too much, but I'm lazy. There has to be a time, if you truly love your unrestricted internet and you don't want these things, you've got to stand up and fight for it, folks. And this is the best way, I think, to really fight for it. It's not more rampant pirating, because that just encourages more of these acts to go through. It's, I don't need it. You listen to me. I should not be a slave to your product. Even pirating it, you're still showing that I need your product so much that I'm going to steal it. Just show that for 1 month, you can hold off all of that, and 1 month isn't a long time. And others of you may think, well, hell, I mean, I don't really buy that much stuff or even download that much stuff anyway. If it's all coordinated as to 1 month, especially right before the quarter, and anyone who knows anything about finance knows how it's broken up into quarters, generally that's how a lot of publicly traded companies report, that will be a hit, folks. And that is to show we have integrity as a people. So I expect this video to get a bunch of downvotes as well. Again, I would encourage you folks to please check out my forums for discussion. I'm not trying to raise awareness to my forums. It's simply impossible for me to really have a discussion in a comment section, as you're well aware. It's just a long line. I can't find anything, So, but I'm more than happy. I really replied to a lot of people and everything in the piracy things, when I had those controversial videos that went up. So I guess, folks, that's what I'm asking, is see if we can't all participate in Black March. Spread the word on it. I don't need hits on my videos. I don't want more views or subscribers. You don't need to use me at all. If you like the points that I made and would like to communicate them to someone else, or build on them, or grow from them. This is what I got from reading that. I didn't read anything else except that paragraph I read for you right in the beginning. So, and this is where I've come involved from it. But we'll see where you can as well. And I really think that this is something that can show we want to fight back for it. So, I guess I've rambled enough on that, folks. As always, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And, let's see if we can't do anything with this Black March. Thanks for watching, folks.